Every year, hundreds of thousands of vehicles across Europe, and increasingly in North America, are sent to the scrapyard even though their engines still run perfectly fine. And the reason is almost never the engine. It's one silent enemy most drivers underestimate: rust. Corrosion alone causes billions of dollars in damage worldwide every single year. And with modern liquid de-icing solutions being used more aggressively on highways, that number is only going up. These chemicals don't just stay on the road. They get sprayed into every hidden corner of your vehicle. In this video, I'll show you 12 insider-level car protection secrets that most workshops will never tell you. These methods can realistically extend the life of your vehicle by up to 10 years, prevent thousands of dollars in repairs, and help you avoid the most common corrosion traps modern cars fall into. We'll bust popular myths, expose weak points even premium manufacturers don't like to talk about, and break down the smart preventative steps experienced drivers quietly use. If you're ready, let's dive straight in. Number 12. Extra rust protection for new cars. Forget outdated advice from old magazine articles claiming modern cars don't need additional rust protection. Yes, today's vehicles use galvanized steel, but that does not make them immune. Manufacturing shortcuts, design flaws, and cost-cutting affect every brand, including the most respected ones. There have been large-scale recalls where rear subframes literally disintegrated from corrosion. Other brands still struggle with moisture-trapping insulation inside wheel arches that slowly eats metal from the inside out. As long as a vehicle is made of steel, it will rust. It's not a question of if, but when. Factory corrosion protection can only handle heavily salted winter roads up to a certain point. You realistically have two smart options. Either apply an oil-based rust protection spray once a year or, especially for new vehicles, invest in a long-term underbody sealing treatment. One important warning: never have this done at a dealership. They often charge $600 to $900 and rush the job. Instead, look for an independent shop that specializes only in rust prevention and underbody protection. The difference in quality is massive. Number 11. Take underbody washing seriously. In winter, washing your car is not about looks, it's about survival. Multiple studies show that vehicles washed regularly during winter corrode up to 3 times slower than cars that are left dirty. The real danger isn't what you can see, but what you can't. Modern liquid road salt used on highways is far more aggressive than traditional rock salt. It doesn't just stick, it creeps. This liquid salt is sprayed into suspension components, frame rails, brake lines, and seams. Even after it dries, the moment moisture returns, it becomes chemically active again and resumes attacking bare metal. Standard car wash underbody programs only rinse the surface. They rarely remove hardened salt residue. That's why experienced drivers use a dedicated underbody washer attachment. For around $30 to $40, you can connect one to your pressure washer and clean the entire underside with up to 150 bar of pressure without crawling under the car. Doing this once a week during winter can preserve thousands of dollars in vehicle value over time. Number 10. Open the hidden water drains. The fastest rust doesn't start on the outside. It starts inside. Most drivers don't even realize their car has multiple hidden drainage systems: sunroof channels, the cowl area beneath the windshield, fuel filler compartments, and the lower edges of doors are all designed to guide water away. On tree-lined streets, these drains clog quickly with leaves, pollen, and dirt. When blocked, water becomes trapped inside metal panels. Vehicles with clogged sunroof drains can rust up to 4 times faster than those with clear channels. The fix is simple. Use a nylon trimmer line, never metal wire, and gently clear the drains. Pour water into the channels and confirm it exits underneath the car. Door drains should be checked with a toothpick or small plastic tool. If these openings are blocked, your doors slowly turn into water tanks, and by the time you notice, the damage is often already done. Number 9. The heated garage myth. Many drivers believe they're protecting their car by parking it in a warm garage during winter. In reality, this is one of the most damaging misconceptions in car ownership. Cold temperatures do not cause rust. Heat accelerates it. Chemistry follows a simple rule. For roughly every 10 degrees Fahrenheit increase in temperature, chemical reactions speed up significantly. When a car sits outside in freezing conditions, salt and moisture on the underbody remain frozen and largely inactive. But when that same vehicle is parked in a heated garage, the ice melts, salt dissolves, and corrosion starts working at full speed. A warm garage becomes an incubator for rust. Moisture stays trapped, metal stays wet, and oxidation accelerates rapidly. If your garage is heated, the underbody must be thoroughly cleaned before parking. Otherwise, it's often better to park outdoors or under a well-ventilated carport. Airflow dries moisture far more effectively than warmth. Number 8. Electronic rust protection scams. You've probably seen devices claiming to prevent rust by sending electrical currents through the car's body. These products often reference cathodic protection, a real industrial technique used on ships and pipelines. The science itself is legitimate. Ships use sacrificial anodes to prevent corrosion in salt water. But here's the catch. For cathodic protection to work, the metal must be constantly submerged in an electrolyte. Unless your car lives in the ocean, those $100 to $200 electronic boxes do nothing except drain your battery. They offer no real corrosion protection. The only effective cathodic protection for cars is galvanization. If you own a classic vehicle and have the budget, stripping the body and hot-dip galvanizing it is the only truly permanent solution. Don't let flashy electronics and marketing promises empty your wallet. Number 7. The hidden betrayal of rubber floor mats. During winter, rubber floor mats seem like the smartest choice. They protect the interior from snow, slush, and mud, but only if you understand their biggest flaw. Most drivers don't notice that melted snow collects on top of the mat and slowly seeps underneath the carpet. Rubber mats are airtight, which means moisture trapped below them has nowhere to evaporate. That water sits directly on the vehicle's floor pan. While the top of the mat feels dry, the metal underneath quietly rusts from the inside out. This is how many cars develop severe floor corrosion without any visible warning signs. The solution is simple but often ignored. Every few weeks during winter, remove the mats and physically check the carpet underneath with your hand. If it feels damp, place moisture absorbers or even newspaper inside the cabin overnight. If possible, leave the doors open in a garage and use a fan to dry the interior. This small habit can prevent a $2,000 welding repair later on. Number 6. Think like a rust detective. In many regions, road salt isn't the only enemy. Loose gravel spread during winter causes constant paint damage through stone chips. Every tiny paint chip is a direct highway for rust to reach bare metal. That's why experienced drivers inspect their vehicles thoroughly during spring cleaning. You need to recognize 3 stages of corrosion. First, surface contamination, often iron particles sitting on top of the paint. These can usually be removed safely with clay bar treatment. Second, bubbling under the paint. This is a clear sign rust has already started beneath the surface. At this stage, ignoring it can turn a minor fix into a major repair. Third, full perforation, when metal is already eaten through. At that point, paint is useless and welding becomes the only solution. Seal every paint chip immediately. Dealerships can provide exact color-match touch-up paint using your VIN. A $20 repair today can save thousands later. Number 5. Choose your parking spot strategically. Where you park matters more than most drivers realize. Street-parked vehicles already face higher exposure, but the surface beneath your car is often more important than the location itself. In summer, constant exposure to direct sunlight weakens clear coat over time. UV radiation slowly reduces the paint's ability to protect the metal underneath. But in winter and wet seasons, the real danger is parking on grass or bare soil. Moisture stored in the ground continuously evaporates upward. Morning dew on grass may look harmless, but underneath your car it creates a permanent humidity zone. This means your underbody stays damp for hours longer than on asphalt or concrete. The ideal solution is a carport. Unlike closed garages, a carport shields the vehicle from rain and snow while allowing constant airflow. Air movement dries moisture far more effectively than trapped warmth. If you must park on the street, always choose asphalt or concrete over dirt or grass whenever possible. Number 4. Neutralizing liquid road salt. Since the 2010s, many road authorities have switched from traditional rock salt to liquid de-icing solutions. These liquids stick better to the road and prevent ice efficiently. But for cars, they are extremely destructive. Liquid salt is flung into wiring looms, cavities, suspension joints, and frame rails like a fine mist. Unlike dry salt, it clings to surfaces and is difficult to remove with plain water alone. That's where salt neutralizers come in. These products chemically stop salt from reacting with metal. Add a neutralizer to your pressure washer detergent tank and wash the underbody once a month during winter. A $5 chemical additive can easily prevent a $3,000 frame or suspension repair. Number 3. Don't forget the battery tray. Most drivers open the hood and check the battery terminals, but almost no one looks under the battery. That's a costly mistake. Car batteries contain sulfuric acid. Over time, especially during overcharging or aging, acidic vapors can escape and begin eating away at the metal battery tray underneath. This corrosion often goes unnoticed because the battery completely hides the area. Once the tray rusts through, the battery can shift during hard braking or an accident, causing serious damage in the engine bay. The fix is simple preventive maintenance. Once a year, remove the battery and clean the tray with a baking soda and water mixture to neutralize acid residue. If you see exposed metal or paint damage, seal it immediately with spray paint or rust protection coating. This is a detail most shops skip, but it directly affects vehicle safety. Number 2. The power of traditional wax protection. Today, everyone talks about expensive ceramic coatings costing over $1,000. While ceramics are effective, they're not the only solution, and not everyone needs them. A high-quality carnauba wax for $30 to $40 can provide excellent corrosion protection. Wax creates a hydrophobic barrier that prevents water and dissolved salt from sticking to the paint surface. It also shields against acid rain, bird droppings, and environmental fallout, all common paint killers. Wax your vehicle thoroughly every spring and again before winter hits. This not only boosts resale value but prevents moisture from slowly penetrating the paint down to bare metal. Number 1. Annual professional rust inspections. There's an old saying, trust is good, inspection is better. Once a year, put your car on a lift, not just during state inspections. Visit a trusted independent shop and pay specifically for a full underbody inspection. Bring a strong flashlight and inspect frame rails, exhaust hangers, brake lines, and especially the areas hidden behind plastic underbody panels. Dirt and mud often collect there and act like moisture sponges. If you find early rust, clean the area immediately and apply a rust converter or protective coating. Acting early saves serious money. Rust prevention doesn't require huge budgets, just discipline and the right knowledge. Engines can be repaired. A rusted frame usually can't. If this video helped you, hit like, subscribe to Car Vitalize, and stay ahead of expensive car repairs.